thank you very, very much for visiting us at Motorfinity HQ. Delightful to have you here, and much appreciate your time. So we thought we'd like to start off if you could just give us a little introduction and a little bit of background. That'd be great.
Yeah, so I'm a PC in Nottinghamshire Police, John Lee. I've been in 22 years. I'm now part of the road crime team with colleague and friend Dan. Love it. Best job I've had, to be fair. Love being in the police.
My name's Dan Butler. I'm also a PC on the road crime team. Colleague and very good friend, John Lee. Get to obviously see him at work every day and play a bit of football with him, or try to play a bit of football with him. Yeah, so 22 years myself as well, Notts Police.
Yeah, I'm Darren Barker. I've been in the job police 18 years now. I work sort of off front line now. I've come off front line in the public protection sort of arena. I'm a PC. Really enjoy it. These two guys have been with me since I took over running the team 2-3 years, the football team a couple of years ago. Really good mates, and we've formed a real good sort of relationship for the sporting side of it within the police as well. So yeah, it's all going well. All going really well.
I think the job satisfaction is second to none, to be fair. You know, when you do get a good result, and you probably experience it more now than we do, but when you do get a good result for your victims, or victims of crime, whatever it may be, it is actually makes everything worthwhile, to be fair.
John's touched on the victims, and I've come off frontline policing and doing a job where you get victims of serious assaults and serious crime, and seeing the difference, just speaking to somebody over the phone and just hearing the relief in the voice has been an eye opener to me over the last sort of 6 to 8 months of doing something different. That's a massive reward.
No matter what walk of life you're in, but certain things affect different people in different ways. Yeah. For me, through the football, whilst you don't go to football to talk about work, but obviously there's a few of us work in the same department within the team, and invariably work will come up where you'll have a conversation away from the office, away from the station, and because we are dead lucky, touch wood, that everybody gets on, it gives you an opportunity amongst colleagues to talk things through without the pressure of being in a work environment. So I think that, certainly for me, it's good because you can air your views openly, can't you?
Everybody deals with things differently. For me, it's being around people you know, and you're getting that support from people you know. We've
become a family, really, if I'm honest with you. Like, one or two lads have had personal issues over the last 12 months or so, and we're all there for them, and we've become our own little family, if I'm honest with you, and it's been really nice.
I never plan anything after a day shift. So I've got that kind of, the day shift is the one which will catch you out as a frontline police officer. So you can kind of be late off after an afternoon shift, doesn't really impact on your following day. You can be late off maybe on an evening shift, and other than getting to bed a little bit later. But I never plan anything in my downtime personal life after a day shift, because you never know if you're going to be late off. That must be the same in CID, and I know it's the same because I work with John.
I think when we all joined, we knew kind of what we were signing up for. You know what I mean? Whether we're frontline, back office, or CID, we all knew that's what we're kind of signing up for. We've all got families, we've all got personal lives, just like everybody else in other types of roles and jobs out there. But something we just have to sometimes just take on the chin, really. And
I think it's probably more of a sacrifice, really, for your family. If I'm honest. Now I'm fortunate in as much as my wife's a nurse, whilst obviously not the police, but has a fair understanding of how things work. So when you give her a ring, or the kids a ring, say I'm not going to be home for a while, she understands. But then people who
she's always dead understanding, John.
Never ever falls out. It must be far easier for you when you've got that understanding at home, because I know there must be scenarios where that.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard, isn't it? And if there is that understanding.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, again, my kids are quite a bit older now. So the understanding's a bit easier, because it doesn't impact sort of the welfare of your kids, really. But certainly with her being a nurse, it makes it a lot easier. You know, if perhaps if she worked in business or something else, where wasn't quite so aware. Wasn't quite so aware of what the job entailed. The understanding, I think, wouldn't perhaps be quite so good.
That's something I struggled with. You know, when I joined the police, I didn't have children. But when my children came along and they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, I remember it now. Like even to this day, like working nights and being late off and not seeing them go to school and not be able to pick them up because I'm late and things like really like sort of Christmas days and birthdays. I'm like, oh God, you can't get time off because obviously Christmas everybody wants to be off, and it still gets me in there sometimes. You know, to me, I look back, that's the sort of special years when they're young. So we do miss out a little bit as well.
There's a role for everyone, isn't there? I mean, everybody's got you think of a makeup of a team, and we go back and talk about football again, but the team is made up of different people in different positions, or with strengths and to make that team as a one. It's the same within the policing family, isn't it? You've got different people from different backgrounds, different life experiences, different ages, different genders, and it just all brings into being able to work together as that team.
Massively diverse, isn't it? So you use that,
massive.
We go into work, there's no issues, and something will happen in front of you, or you'll be sent to something, so it's all completely unplanned or unknown beforehand, and you just turn up to it. You know, and it hits it sort of in the face, and you've got to just deal with it there and then. And I think that's probably, again, I know you alluded to experience earlier, but that does help, but you have to be of a certain character, I think, because it is really hard sometimes. And there are certain things you'll go to that just, like you say, stay with you forever, don't they? Yeah,
and some cops will go to stuff that they need help for because it's quite horrific, you know, sometimes.
Yes.
It's all in the news, and
that's across the services as well.
Yeah, of course it is.
Fire,
across everything.
You know, paramedics. It's
we're not robots. We go home and sit there, and when we finish the tour of duty or whatever, we sit there and go, Jesus, you know, what's just happened there?
Yes.
You look at your own kids, and you compare your kids to, or your partners, or whoever, your own family members, and what would I be doing if that happened to me? You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. So it's not easy. It's not easy.